Hello and welcome to this commentary video. This is me in post talking over one of my PBs. This is Lego the Hobbit restricted any percent in 22 minutes and 59 seconds. And yeah, I'm talking over this in post because I initially recorded this completely offline. And yeah, I should... You know, this is a PB recording, so I'm basically going to let the PB run in the background. But, yeah, I'm just going to talk over it while it's playing. The important thing to note for this run is this was done during a tournament. So, it was the semi-finals of the Hobbit Restricted Any Percent tournament that we have going on at the time of recording. Semi-final match against Jack Juggler, who's another... you know, fantastic high-level speedrunner. PB'd earlier in the day with a 22:49, I believe. Yeah, fantastic runner. Really strong. But, yeah, this was playing against him in this tournament. The format was best of 3 races. The winner goes through to the finals. The loser gets eliminated in the 3rd, 4th match. And... I mean, this run was nothing short of spectacular. But yeah, being a best of 3, one of the big things to pay attention to is the fact that if you lose game 1, you're not out of it, but you have a really uphill battle to climb. You have a, you know, you have to get another 2 wins against especially a high-level opponent. That's always going to be difficult to do. It's very difficult to see the reverse sweep come in. So, it was very nice. Or the first run's always what I feel is a pressure run. It's always a run I feel really stressed for, and I'm worried about. And then as I go through it, I kind of settle in a little bit, relax down, and things kind of chill a little bit more. But yeah, this first run's a big one. Especially with the way I was playing today. In particular, I'm recording this kind of the evening of this match, but yeah, the way I was playing today was not good. I did a stream earlier in the day. I had one run which was on really good pace, and then died right at the end. And then had basically 2 hours of just not being able to get anything through anywhere. You know, really struggling with even basic mistakes, because I was nervous for the tournament, putting a lot of pressure on myself, I'd say. It wasn't necessarily that I expected myself to win, but I wanted to win, because the win for me is then, you know, if I do win, then it means that I get to go to the finals, so I basically match my position in the first iteration of the Lego Hobbit Restricted Any Percent tourney, which is something I really wanted to do. So yeah, I was pretty nervous, but in a way, kind of, I was coming in like that. Jack on the flip side was coming in, having got a PB earlier in the day, having got a, oh, what was it? It was a 22:49, as I said. Got that huge PB, and in a way, I don't know how it felt for Jack, but it made me think Jack was the favourite. So my mentality became a lot more towards kind of hitting your shots, and we'll see that here. Big confidence booster on the right-hand side, getting 2 perfect hits. I decided not to go for the iron, and that was a really good play. And I kind of realised at this point that, hold on, this isn't just any run, this is a 314 exit. I believe it's a 314. Maybe low 315. But even so, that is pretty much even with PB. And then I get barrier skip first try, and the nerves that you feel in early games slowly start to release when that happens. Which is really nice. I should explain, for the way I play tournaments, I don't use room splits. I only use level splits, because I find room splits stress me out too much. It might mean I play a little bit worse because I'm not pushing for absolute pace in each room, but it means I stick to what's consistent, and sticking to what's consistent is the major thing in any run, or in any race format. So that's a format I've kind of found that works for me. I also am not paying attention to anything that's happening in the race. I believe Jack had some major problems in Greatest Kingdom in Middle-earth. I don't find that out until the unskippable cutscene in Inside Information, so about 21 minutes into the run. So I'm just playing my game, going through these gold jumps, sticking to my guns, sticking to what I know works well for me, and just seeing what happens. Also something I do during tournaments, which I don't do in like regular streams, is I had music on in the background, and especially for this race, my American football team was playing, so I had them on the side at the same time, although I was like basically only looking over to check the score. I didn't really like focus on any of the play, which was probably good because apparently it was a terrible game, although we won, so who really cares? But yeah, anyway, that's not the point. We finished this Greatest Kingdom in Middle-earth, and I'm thinking, okay, this is solid. You know, I'd been on these kind of paces a couple of times before earlier today. I can't remember what my first few runs were. They were decent enough, but I think I got some 523s in there. A couple of, I know I got a 526 or two, but yeah, my actual PB leaves here at 523.5. We're a little bit behind that, but I kind of like running against these no reset splits because I'm not comparing against PB. Like, I like to isolate the two events as much as possible. You know, PB attempts aren't the same as race events, even though there clearly can be some overlap. But yeah, we get bush launch first try, which is another big kind of relaxer, big confidence booster. It's one of those tricks that just can go wrong sometimes, and you don't really know whether it's in or out of your control. But getting the launch there is really good. And yeah, we kind of progress on our way. And god, what was racing through my mind at this point? I think I was just, in terms of the run itself, I was just like, okay, this is clean. It's nothing special. You know, when you consider I've had like 520 exits out of Greatest Kingdom. But if I can commit to getting a sub 830 looking for proof exit, then that's a solid run for a tournament. You know, sub 830 looking for proof, sub 15 Necromancer is what my early game targets are for consistency. Not for pace, but for consistency. You know, once I'm looking at PB attempts, I need to look towards the sub 820s for looking for proof and the sub 1450s for the Necromancer. But yeah, not too bad. So yeah, I was kind of just chilling here. I feel like the nerves weren't too heavy at this point because you go through the gauntlet that is early game, and looking for proof is in places a little bit of a breather, not fully, but like a little bit. And we're able to see that here. I get hovers here. I think I get an 8 hover. I was oh no, I get a 9 hover. I was tempted to go for the 8 hover there, but maybe I would in a actual PB attempt, but in a tournament run, I'm never going to go for that. It's just the risk reward of trying to do 1 hover less and risking falling into the river is just so not worth it. But yeah, we go for sign launch because sign launch is worth it because it saves 10 seconds. And I mean, that was clean. I had some troubles with that earlier in the day, but they kind of dissipated, and we get the first try trigger hit as well. And this is probably the first point where I was thinking, okay, we're actually playing well. This run could be something, you know. I have a bit of a slow inside here. It's not clean. I don't know how it is on room splits. It was probably like a 33 when my golds are low 32. I think it's a 32.0 actually, my gold. So lose a little bit here, but I'm thinking this is actually a PB potential. Like, it's a sub 820. I'm not nervous about it being a PB potential now because the last 2 splits are such high variance that I never really count anything as a PB potential until I get to probably through on the doorstep. I actually missed menu there. That missed menu's been happening a lot. Accidentally selecting the resources rather than the horse. I think I do that again in game 2 as well. It's just something that's in my system right now, and I need to learn to shake it. But we go into the Necromancer, and normally the Necromancer frightens the life out of me. Normally this is such a terrifying split to try and run with. We'll see it here. Kind of birdless is the big trick. This is a big barrier that I've kind of been hitting my head into quite a lot during PB attempts. But I was chatting with Hamster before this run, and Hamster gave me some really useful pointers for what I'm looking for in birdless. And that was, when you jump into the bit of collision with the sliding animation, you want to like curve yourself around to the right. And by curving yourself around to the right, it's a little bit easier. Oh, well, it's not a little bit easier, it's just infinitely more consistent. I fall down here. This was actually nerves, taking a little bit of hold, because I am still nervous for birdless no matter what. This will take a while to fall down here. But then look at that, I curve around, face the right, and that is a perfect Necromancer or birdless setup. But then I did do an accidental switch, and I thought, normally you'd wait just 13 seconds, but with that switch, could I still wait for 13 seconds? And I thought, no, I'm going to reset my 13 count. So we get more height than necessarily we need to, but it was a very smart move for safety. I'm proud of myself for making that move. I think that was the right decision in the circumstances. And yeah, we get the 1p2c kind of into the Azog fight. And I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I think right now it's kind of like, I think we got through birdless. That's the main thing I can take from this. It's just we got through birdless. Because it can be painfully concerning if you don't, you know, get a good birdless or anything. But we get away with that. And it works really nicely, so yeah. We, in this Azog fight, I mean, there isn't much to say in this Azog fight, really. It just kind of does its thing. In terms of tournament mental or anything, it's just like, this is the part where you kind of switch your brain off. I don't know how much I was paying attention to the actual game here. Whether I was just vibing to my music, which is probably a good possibility I was. I'd chosen a good album for this match, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, this is about... It's weird that this is about the halfway point in the run, just under. Because for all my life, it feels like it should be a lot more. One thing I did notice here was the exit during runs. I pay attention to my exit of the Azog fight here. Basically, anything 3 minutes is good. Like, under 3 minutes is good. This was a 3:06, so I was like, okay, I've had a pretty bad Necromancer here. Let's just get through this split. And, like, lock in for the other side when we get to On the Doorstep and the trick gauntlet that On the Doorstep is. But you will notice I'm doing some new stuff in Necromancer here. And this new stuff is honestly a godsend. Basically what I'm doing is bringing the shields out with both characters, and the goal is to interrupt the hands with your shield. I actually mess it up here, because I accidentally let P2 be the one that the blue hand targets. I like having P1 being the one that the blue hand targets, but I've played this enough that it didn't, you know, mess with anything. So it's, I'm glad I can, you know, see that and be able to adapt on the fly. It's another kind of confidence gain, even though it is only a small thing. But yeah, no, I was very happy with where I was at right now. But yeah, we kind of do the shield thing again. I'm very conscious of getting as many shield hits as possible. It's definitely possible to get all of them, I'm just too skill checked to be able to do that, but as much of them as possible. We don't get good RNG on the pieces, but like, that's fine. It works out okay. And yeah, we're able to finish this section out. Oh wait, no, there's one more phase. Man, this section takes a long time. Even when you're commentating over it. It feels like it takes less time when you're actually playing it, because you're focusing on so many more like tiny things. Especially focusing on the hands stuff. It gives you that extra focal point, and it kind of progresses quicker. Which is good, honestly. Because you don't want a run kind of split in two halves, as it were. You want to be able to feel like it's one kind of flowing thing where you're just concentrating all the time. Sure, there's some places where you'll concentrate less versus more, but you know, you'll have that kind of, you won't like have a full switch off, switch on kind of situation halfway through the run. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, I get a decent Necromancer exit here. I can't remember if there's golds or not. It might be close. No, it doesn't gold. It loses like 2 seconds to the gold I have on these splits. But yeah, it's still very solid. Like anything, like I said, anything sub 15 is good. 14 5x is like, it's the upper end of what I'd accept if it was a regular PB run. But then I get first try icicle launch. And immediately I'm like, okay, that's one thing that kind of could be onto something here. You know, first try icicle launch is such a big barrier that's broken, and then you go into on the doorstep, and fast OTD in particular is also a bit of a struggle. We'll see how it goes here. Yeah, switch to Dwalin. Don't get the immediate buddy up. I think my angle was slightly wrong or something. But get a really quick backup. And yeah, this felt insanely good, but third try buddy up here is not very good. And yeah, we get it okay. But then there's a new strat, which I've literally started doing this morning, and that's the disconnect strat here, which is so much better. It took me like 5 minutes to sleuth it, and I just haven't really missed it since. Like, it's so insanely consistent. There's a tiny bit of nuance to it, but it's really easy nuance, so it's fine. And then we get immediate horizontal buddy up, which means I can do the spin launch, get a first try spin launch. The one bad thing about this on the doorstep is that I can't get 0 studs, because that 10 stud got picked up by P1 rather than P2. If that silver stud had been picked up by yeah, player 2 instead, we would have been saving an additional 4 seconds. But yeah, this was an absolute gold for me, for sure. I need to go and check whether it's like beats any of my level golds or room golds or anything. But I like to say sub 2 is good. I think my PB has just over a 2 minute. 148. 148 is insane, and all of a sudden, this is still not best pace ever. This is still 7 seconds behind the run I had earlier today. But I'm like, okay, this is a really good run. I want to keep this clean. I wasn't thinking about PB or anything here, because I saw my BPT and was like, saving 4 seconds on... Oh, sorry. Playing within 4 seconds of a 622 seems difficult on a no reset, but it is kind of luck of the dice sometimes. But then get a clean top 4, and it's like, okay, I'm still focused on just getting the PB. Oh, sorry, not getting the PB, getting the race win. And I'm kind of thinking right now, there's a very low chance that Jack is also on a similar kind of run to this. But yeah, statue skip has been an absolute bogey of mine recently. We get it second try, and honestly second try is pretty good for me. I need to like go in the lab and work out what is wrong with my statue skip at the moment. I mean, what is wrong with most of my inside info room 1, in all honesty. It's the weakest section in this game that I have by far. So yeah, I was like, wasn't great, was a little bit stressed about it. But I know The thing is, I know if I do it cleanly, it'll be fantastic. I mean, my gold here is not very good. I think it's like a 222, which is not very good at all, but it is definitely the area I know I need to improve the most, and an area I need to work on going forwards. But we go here for Chandelier Skip, and Chandelier Skip, was this one nice to me? No, that was skill issue for me. I went completely the wrong direction. Just about to sneak over to Chandelier there, and I'm thinking, that is a major hurdle out the way. I should still be ahead of Jack. Like, genuinely, my thinking right now was, am I ahead of Jack or not? And thankfully, I was. Spoilers. But yeah, thankfully I was. And then, yeah, we go into the unskippable cutscene here. And this is the point where I check my phone. I load up Twitch on my phone and just see where I am at relative to Jack in the tournament. And I see that I'm over 2 minutes ahead. I think Jack had a very bad Greatest Kingdom. Got like a 720 something Greatest Kingdom. And I've also just had a cleaner run kind of throughout, especially in that on the doorstep. So I was over 2 minutes ahead, and I'm like, okay, this is in my hands now. You know, I just need to get 3 clean launches, and then it's fine. We're good, we're chilling, it's a PB, move on. Oh, sorry, not it's a PB, it's a race 1 win, move on. But yeah, I wasn't thinking about a PB right now. I'll be honest, I was thinking I'd actually killed it in that inside info room 1. It just wasn't good. But it never is good for me, so it actually looks less bad as a result. But yeah, we do have this unskippable cutscene. This unskippable cutscene provides a real, like, nuance to the kind of mental you have to be in for this run. Which makes it really interesting. But is, yeah, it's a little bit strange. You know, you go from action, 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 then you have this unskippable cutscene, and all of a sudden you have time to think about the last 2 minutes of gameplay. Both a blessing and a curse, depending on who you are and how you're feeling on the day. But we've got 3 launches to deal with here. First one, immediate buddy up, and I'm thinking, okay, that's good. 1 out of 3 done. I very much like tick them off like checkboxes. Break the second box, a little bit slow getting into position. And we even miss Loz launch. I completely forgot about this. We miss Loz launch. And get a vertical on the first try back up. Horizontal second try. And we're able to back it up relatively quickly. But yeah, I'm thinking PB's dead. Everything else is gone. You know, it's enough to be able to keep things moving. And probably win the race. But it's not, you know, not setting the world alight or anything. It'll give a solid run, but nothing more. And then we go into this 1P2C, pretty simple 1P2C to end the run off. Well, not end the run off, because we have 1 big launch to end the run. And yeah, that'll be about it. But this one launch, Jack launch, is one of the hardest launches in the run. But for some reason, right now, my consistency with it getting it first try is just off the charts. I have no idea what's happened in order for that to happen. But it's insane. Like, I got CG in it with a 1411 not too long ago. I don't think anyone's going to beat that realistically anytime soon. Maybe a 13's possible, but good luck to the person who goes for it. But yeah, I drop in, get Dory on P2, which is my setup. Nori on P1, clear the debris, get the buddy up, first try buddy up, get a good height launch, maybe a little bit too much height. And then I look at the timer. And I cannot express how much I popped off at that. Like 22:59. getting the 22 that I was after. I was saying on stream earlier, it was like, I'll stop running once the tournament's over and I get a 22, and then all of a sudden I just get a 22, and it's like, wow, where's that come from? How's that happened? I was so happy to get this. I wasn't expecting it either, because I didn't look at the timer once the launches in Inside Info Room 2 had gone kind of bad. I just kind of locked in and focused on, you know, what I can control. But yeah, I mean, that is something else, man. I'm still, like, I remember I was celebrating, but I was shaking. I was so nervous. And yeah, that was such a good run, dude. So good. Yeah, super clean on the whole. There are obvious mistakes which I can improve. The Necromancer exit is pretty bad now for 22s. So it's kind of on to what's next, really. And who knows what that'll be. We'll have to see. But yeah, I was incredibly happy with that. And yeah, that allowed me to win match 1. I think Jack got a 25 something, which is like not bad at all. And yeah, that was match 1 won. I will link once it's out, the VOD for the tournament. I'll put that in the description of this PB video, because I think it's great to watch it from the commentator's side. I haven't seen the commentators' Laser and Hamster's perspective yet, but I'm really interested to know what they make of the run. And yeah, of course we have this was only race 1 of the best of 3, so we have a few more in there as well. At least one more race, which I might cover at some point on here. I haven't fully decided yet. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this slightly different PB video. And I'll see you guys next time.